Morning, boy. Can you see that rain coming in? Look at the size of that swell. Grand old window to say that back in the day you wouldn't have been able to see anything. Brilliant raindrops. Morning, boy. Come on then. 10 minutes further west brings you here. Where are you, Kieran? I hear you ask. Well, that's funny you should ask. I am at the Giant's Causeway, and I think I have gone the wrong way because there's the bloody car park, so let's go this way. Oh God, have I damaged the screen too much? Can you see it? Did the baking soda work? Oh, time will tell. Anyway, let's go and have a look at this place. This is mentioned time and time again when you're searching for things to do in Northern Ireland. In fact, Ireland is mentioned, so I'm looking forward to this. Point to note, remember what I mentioned in the previous video. Do not underestimate the power of a National Trust card. Not a truer word could be said about this place. It's £12 to park here. 12 quid. And he was there, bearing in mind it's November now, mid-November, he was there waiting with his card machine. I spoke to someone, remember that guy I told you about on the boat yesterday? He was saying they're not allowed to do it, and the locals just tell them to do one, basically. But I don't like any confrontation, any friction, anything like that, so I just pay. However, I didn't have to this time because I had the National Trust card, didn't I? If you're going on a trip, you're going in your van, or you're just going on a bloody, some sort of road trip, like, National Trust card, it's as simple as that. Free, baby, and it's 2 hours maximum of parking here. Yeah, cheers for that. The Causeway Hotel, arguably one of the most picturesque positions of a hotel known to man. I mean, look. I've just searched quickly how much it costs, thinking it would be a quadrillion pound an evening. However, it's not. It's 80 quid, it says. Also depending on the time of year and all that sort of stuff. But I'm not staying there. But for a hotel, that's reasonably priced, if you ask me, especially in a place like this. I mean, I'll just put you up. I mean, look at that. Stunning. We'll carry on further up here. The visitor centre, you're here. 35 minutes to the Causeway. Oh, let's go then. Let's have a look, see if we can see up here. Oh God. Oh my gosh. Oh, hang on, they're all going down there. Am I going the wrong way? Nah, we'll go high, boy, we'll go high. Someone said, that guy yesterday on the ferry again. Bloody hell, how many times have I mentioned him now? He said you could see Iceland from somewhere around here. Which would be cool. You wouldn't be able to see it regardless. Purely because the camera's not good enough on the zoom. But yeah, hopefully I can, and if I can, I'll let you know. However, it might not be this position, it might not be from here. I'm just guessing at the minute. Da 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 da. Let's have a little look over here, boy. Don't be Don't go on a rogue one. Wowza Manelli. Wow, that's beautiful, that. Can you see that rain coming in? Oh, look, it's coming exactly towards me. That place down there, that town, you might be a little city or whatever you want to call it, village. Port Rush, that's called, and that's where a bloody Lidl is. We need to get some food, don't we? I was peckish last night and ate all his dinner. Oh God, this is stunning. This is stunning. This is Northern Ireland. I absolutely love it here, and this is already one of the places I would live. Like, no question. No question. I mean, apart from that rain bloody thing coming towards me. Worth every raindrop, every single raindrop, apart from that one. Today's going to be a good day, I can tell already. We haven't got too far to drive. That's that town, that village, city, whatever you want to call it, Port Rush. That's as far as we're going. Online, an app I'll recommend to you here for the van scene, basically. You've got search for sites and you've got park for night. Search for sites is a UK thing, really. They do everywhere, including like Morocco and stuff, believe that or not. But they've nailed the UK locations, right? Park for Night is a Europe one. They seem to have nailed, and this is just from my experience, like this isn't what they preach or whatever, this is just what I have learned along my checking them both out. Park for Night is a European one. You can't find half the places in Europe on search for sites as you can Park for Night. And this is how I found this, because I'm overseas. I've started using Park for Night again, basically. However, they do mention scattered around here. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, granted, but it says 2.2 metre barriers, 2.2 metre barrier, you know, all over the place, which you can't blame them, right? Just have them barriers up in the summer if it's a problem. Now though, you know, you've just seen it, there was what, 3 cars and one of them was mine in the car park. Doesn't make sense, but it's not my rules, I just adhere by them, especially overseas, and I've mentioned that before. Excuse me. I've got the bloody hiccup burp things again. Oh, you love this page, don't you? Absolute bar steward. I've just remembered what's cool about the Giant's Causeway. It's the honeycomb rock things I mentioned on the last video. Guess where they are? Yep, down there. So we'll carry on going. Carry on walking along here for a little bit, 2 minutes. Because we, like I said, the position of that, where that town is there today, so we've got a nice chill day, maximum of 17 minutes. Touching back on the apps, the parking apps for the van or cars, whatever, I've found a place around here. Once I'm there and I can vouch that it's legit, I'll share it with you, should you want to come. You should want to come. You really should want to come. It's bloody brilliant. It's the hospitality. It's like the friendliness. It's the I don't want to say warm welcoming again because that sounds cheesy, but it is brilliant. I'm just keeping an eye on these bloody cliffs because they haven't fell in 10 million quadrillion years, but you can guarantee the day I decide to walk down, they will. They will. Oh, I'm in love. Right, I need to go and find myself a bloody Galway girl, don't I? So I can live here. Yeah, these are the honeycomb things. Look, I'm glad. Oh, hang on, here they are. Here, we've got our own ones. How have these done it? How's it done it? There's no way in hell they've all been placed there, but it looks like it. But nature doesn't cease to amaze me. Yeah, they've blocked that way off, look. This is doody, this is super doody, this. Right, let's continue down this path. Here's a question for you. Talking back to the president that was mentioned earlier, or prime minister, I can't, forgive me, I'm not being insulting or whatever, but I simply don't know. Would you do it? Would you do that job? Say you were going to win, say you're a nice person, would you do it? Not a chance in hell from this end. Because already, even if you win by a landslide, you've still got 46% of people who can't stand you straight away. And that's winning by a bloody landslide. Just something to think about. You don't have to write in the comments, I'm not one of them. But would you? Brucey would. He'd remove bloody button-up box tax, wouldn't he? Look at a heart-shaped rock. You're not going to believe this. This sea looks gnarly. This is the Atlantic. That is gnarly. I've brought my paddleboard, hoping to go on a little beach or seaside little paddle, but not a chance in hell am I doing that. Here's one for you. Something from my ex-wife, basically. It was way before she was even born, but listen to how grueling this is. Her cousin, her mother's cousin, fell asleep on a lilo in the 80s or something. Never seen again. How howling is that? That is awful. Yeah, anyway, on a brighter note, I spent all last night drying my trainers because I got them wet, obviously. It's raining all day. Just got here, trying to wipe the smudge off the screen, thinking, about a scratch on the lens, etc. And I sunk a little bit and re-wet my trainers. And it's the beginning of the day, isn't it? You love the mares I have, don't you? England, take bloody note. England, take note. They got bins out here, all the way over here, in the middle of nowhere, as you can bloody see. Meaning someone comes down here to empty them. In the, where I live, can't speak for every county and whatnot, but if it's not on the path outside, good to go, i.e. 1 centimetre on your garden, they will not take it. It's the little things like that that make life bearable, isn't it? Enjoyable. You slog your bin all the way up to the road, and it's 10 centimetres on your garden, they won't take it. It just takes the fun out of the Monday morning trip to the top of the path. Oh, shut up, Kieran. But it is true, isn't it? It's the little things that make life, this experience, this journey, bearable. Oh, wow. Are you allowed up there? No. Beautiful, isn't it, boy? And here are the honeycombs, look. How this has done this, I have no idea. Oh, sorry, Bruce, I picked the wrong one. Sorry, boy. I've picked the wrong way. Come on, let's go here. It's a bit more chilled. There we go. Come on then. Good boy. Good boy. Sorry, that was my fault. Good boy. Sorry, Bruce. Oh my. How the hell have they done it? How's this happened? Like, legit. This is some like God stuff, this. This is not you can't tell me it's the way the bloody thing cooled down. But perfect bloody hexagons or pentagons, whatever they are. Absolutely not. This is like an act of God, like. This is, honestly, I hope the camera's doing this justice. This is mental. I can't stop recording this place. It's every single turn you make, it's more spectacular. Beautiful. Just saying. Can you imagine having a bloody oi oi here? Oh my, Mont Blanc. That would be, wow, saying that you have to walk back, don't you? Yeah. But it would look nice, let's be honest, and it would feel great. And then Pentagon rocks, my God, that'll throw you off. It's a spanner in the works. You get a lot of side eyes around here. You've never seen a bald man walking around with bloody feet on the end of his knees before. Oh, I love it. Awesome. Look at the size of that swell. Look at it coming in. That is absolutely disgusting, like. Can you imagine being a fisherman or a sailor or something like that and having to deal with this nonsense every day of your life? Oh, God. I remember, and this is where I saw In-Betweeners for the first time, you know, the In-Between the programme. It was all of us, we was on the way, was it HMS Larks Bay or something? Not HMS, what is it? Larks Bay. HM something. Anyway, we're all of us, bearing in mind it's a ship of Marines, like, in the North Sea it was, not the Atlantic. We're all of us were bedbound. The Royal Marines. All of us were bedbound because of the up and down of the sea. It was like, that's why I watched In-Betweeners, and even still, even though I was being sick through my nose, when that bloke punched that fish in that boat, my God. Oh, it still cracks me up now. It's just the way he looks at it, like. There's cows over here as well. And that carving out of that rock looks a bit like a, yeah, we'll leave that at that. A snail that is less than 2 millimeters long. Like what they've done with the place. Yep, 100% recommend this place. I don't know how they could improve it. It says on the thing, established in 1960 something. Oh, that was it. Sure about that, yeah? It's obviously when it became a World Heritage Site, but beautiful. One of the best coastlines, this part, I've seen, potentially, yeah. And I mean that as well. Beautiful. National Trust card though, don't be caught out, because he was there waiting with his card machine. And this is the old Bushmills Distillery, a whiskey place. I'm here for you. I can't stand whiskey. And there's a taste thing at the end. Rumour has it this is 15 quid. I'll double check that and let you know. Also, you're not allowed to record in here, so it's going to be one of them where I do the tour and let you know basically if it's worth doing, but going offline, it is absolutely. The dogs in the van, they're not allowed here. See how we turn what? Water into, obviously whiskey, like gold. Oh, it wasn't obvious at all. Oh my God. She looked like a bloody drunk Duper Looper or DP Loopy or whatever her bloody name is. Tours, months room, under 25, I wish I was. Maybe I'll be able to get out of bed without my bloody hip falling out my mouth. Oh, I like what they've done with the place. Oh, you can smell it. This is absolutely disgusting. Right, let's go. You're allowed to record in here. 2:35, 4:25. My God. Oh my God. No. That's £5,000. That is £5,000. Is this for real, is it? And I feel posh when I buy a bloody Peroni. These cool little decanters, look. Bushmills. I don't know if I've heard of that before, you know. I recognise the box though. That's cool.
On the windows, it looks a little bit like a prison. It's not a prison. The bars are to keep people like me on the outside. It was the whiskey store where they stored the whiskey. Now, why we have stopped here, there is a hedgerow just across here, and at the bottom of that hedgerow runs a little river, a little small stream. It's called St. Colum's Row, named after one of the patron saints of Ireland. It is the single source of water for every bottle of Bushman's whiskey ever made. Let's go inside, we'll find.
This is bizarre. The guy in there, it's like no electronics in there because his pocket of alcohol, and I get that. But legit, there's like flickering bloody lights doing the zzz, you know, when like a speaker's not fully connected. That's what it was like. I'm like, are you sure you just don't want people to take photographs in here? And also the other worker that was in there was on his bloody phone, scrolling, legit. But I try and get a picture, I'm not going to break their rule, but I mean of like a poster of what I've just seen, because that's cool.
So, I told you about our second plant there. So when one plant is not running, the other one is the A plant and the B plant. This is the B plant. I'll talk more about that in one moment. Now, the newly made spirit travels through these pipes to the next department where we're going to put it into wooden barrels. There is a definition for Irish whiskey, and it says there to be called an Irish whiskey, it must be matured in a wooden barrel in the Highland of Ireland for a minimum of 3 years. That's the shortest time to make a whiskey. The youngest whiskey we have in Bushmills is 5 years old. Our oldest whiskey is 50 years old.
Can we take a photograph?
Yes, you put it, we're outside. As long as we're outside, you can take a photograph just inside the country. 2 years now, 2 years. So it hasn't made whiskey yet. 3 years to make whiskey. But it's just the machines that feed them. As I say, we have over 20 hectares of warehouses like that that go into the countryside all around. The barrels are 10 high inside. Making so many different types of whiskey, we use many different types of barrels. Maybe 20 different types. That's complicated to explain. I'm going to explain the process to you, but I'm only going to talk about the 4 main barrels that we use.
That was bloody brilliant. In fact, this is where it starts here. boom, there. The tour guide's funny, banter, knew his stuff. At the end of it, you get a little tipple. I don't like whiskey, like I said, so I didn't, you know, it was like an 8, 10 and 12 year something or another, no idea. Your guess is as good as mine with that one, but you go through the factory, he shows you all the stuff, all the secrets, and you know, all, not the secrets, but what they do, the ins and outs and that. Seeing it all getting bottled all on the conveyor belt and stuff, don't you? Oh, don't even pretend you don't love that. You know you bloody love it. I did, and I don't like whiskey. Just seeing all the bottles going around, and he was starting from the story about the river over here where all the whiskey from this, what is it, Bushmills, yeah, there you go. All the whiskey throughout time has came from that. He told us a few stories that I found interesting. We obviously, the talk of money came up. I was like, why is one of them bottles 5 G's in there? And he said, it's like an age thing, but we spoke about one that went into the millions. He was saying about a Japanese multimillionaire, a story floating around in the old whiskey world. A millionaire where money's no object, like a multi one. And he opened one of these bottles of whiskey, one of the rare, endangered bottles of whiskey, like, and it wasn't what it was supposed to be. It was a fraud, but money's no object with this guy. How devastated would you be if you literally saved up for that? Well, how silly would you be if you saved up for that and spent all your money on that, I suppose. It's your own fault, isn't it? But yeah, so fraud is everywhere. Scamming is everywhere, isn't it? Which is sad, you know, but it's the way of the world, unfortunately. You okay, beautiful boy? It's been about an hour. That was bloody brilliant. And the soft drinks at the end as well, if you're not interested in whiskey like myself. Do I recommend that? Bearing in mind, I don't like whiskey, right? And I mean at all. I made a mistake when I was younger and essentially drank a hell of a lot of it in a hell of a lot of short time when I was about bloody 15. And it's the only time I ever got told off by my granddad. I was like, stood there like, yeah, right, beauty, I haven't left you, boy. In fact, before I forget, he did say, which I thought was absolutely remarkable, 3 lorries every 90 minutes turn up there with bottles. They fill 3 bottles a second. This is White Rocks Beach. You love it, don't you? I've got the, it's White Rocks Beach. I will read the little longitude and latitude bloody thing out here. Although I don't 100% know what this means. However, you'll be able to search it on Google, like. So it's 55 degrees, 12, 17.6 northern. Yeah, cheers, dits. And 6 degrees, 36,45 decimal 3 west. I don't know what any of that means. I'm not a bloody submariner. If it was a grid reference, I would have been able to tell you, oh, shies, Bruce, come out. If it was a grid reference, I'd be able to tell you, but it's not, so I can't. Sorry. There you go. Down here then, something to be aware of. You see that? The 2.2 metre height restriction. You bastards. But you know, it's their place. They can do what they want. However, you just saw where I parked. So fill your boots. Let's touch more on that distillery then, because I don't think I spoke about that as much as I should have, because that was awesome. And again, it's not my cup of tea, like what they were making, what they're doing, what it is, if I'm being honest. However, it could be yours, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to make you smile. Hopefully. Come on then, let's go to the beach, boy. Come on then. White Rocks Beach, as you can see there, in fact I'll show you quickly. This is another car park, but it's a 2.2 metre thing here again, but it might be just locked over the, there it is, sorry. There, it might just be locked in the summer months, you know, but again, I can't vouch for that. I'm staying up there. I can stay where I want. Hey! Do you want to know why? Because I've got a blue badge. That's why. Do not underestimate the power of a rest break. Oh my gosh. What do you think about that? So the distillery then, he said something like 10 million litres of whiskey is held in there at any one time. He said, and that was the importance, what he was harping on about, let me take your lead off, boy. That was the importance of not having electrical equipment. But again, as myself being transparent as I try to be as transparent as I can, there was a bloody lot of them, workers I mean, scrolling on their phones in there. Don't want to get anyone in trouble. I'm just saying it, should you be scared or fearful, thinking, I don't want to go there. Again, it's my niche, isn't it? It's my people who are struggling, anxious people, depressed people who want to reclaim their lives. Look at that. Oh, the Atlantic, you disgust me. I don't want it to put you off. The workers were scrolling quite happily. There were speakers like giving it one of them where it sounds like it's the wires aren't connected correctly kind of thing. That's the truth. So don't let it put you off. That's what I'm saying. It's purely, I'm guessing the camera, the electronic thing is purely, they do not want you to record in there. But it's their world, and it's their thing. The oldest, talking of world, distillery on planet Earth, along with the newest distillery on planet Earth. I don't want to talk too much on the ins and outs of facts and whatnot, what Matey Boy was just talking about, because I want it to be a surprise for you. I want it to be fun for you. Sorry, I couldn't drink the whiskey, so he said go to the bar. You get one at the end, you see. So I go to the bar and ask for this, and there's a hint of whiskey in there. However, I could tolerate it. Yeah, but if I even smelt whiskey, I'd be sick. Legit. So hang on, boy. Nah, this is dodge. Nah. This way, Gorge. Yeah. That has got "trap you off" written all over it. Yeah, nah, stuff that. Yeah, oldest distillery in the world, along with the newest distillery in the world. He also mentioned, here's another fact, and I will leave it at this. Here's another fact for you. He also said the governance stamps, I'm not 100% what he meant. I don't know if he meant the stamps on the bottles or the licenses or whatever, alcohol stamps. He says it doesn't matter where you are from, because there's Italians here, there was Greek guys here, and I think there's another Irish dude. This is Dodge, this. Hey, you found a stone, my boy! He says all of the licenses for all of the alcohol, I don't know if it's spirits only, but this is what he said, are done at that factory, regardless of the alcohol, regardless of the country. There we go. It's your fault, not mine. Don't be a douche, boy. Bruce, leave him alone. Leave him. Bruce, come here. Hello. Bruce, come here.
Hello.
Hello. You're beautiful. You're alright. Hello, Gorge. Where's your stone? Yeah, I'll leave the rest of the tour up to you, but do I recommend an 11 out of 10? That's all I'm saying that. Anyway, that's me for the day. I have just drove past where I'm going tomorrow. I will tell you, because it's part of this video. Dunluce Castle. It's a derelict thing, and it's just on one of these, are these peninsulas, are they? I don't know. It's on one of these spurs or ridges or whatever you want to call them. This camera's gonna bloody look awesome there. And I'll leave that at that. Anyway, amigos, until tomorrow, I'll see you next time.